Welcome inside of the Dome, everyone, and happy National Women and Girls in Sports Day. It's time to start a doubleheader here on the Rams Digital Sports Network on the hard court as Bluefield College takes Milligan College Buffaloes. They beat them all the way back before Thanksgiving on November 6th, 64-59. But the Rams, lots of things have changed since then. 7-17, 6-12 in the AAC, coming off of a loss on the road against Piedmont International just a few days ago. Now trying to bounce back with a win against Milligan that brings out a starting lineup that looks like this. Bailey Berry, the junior, will start. Lily Griffith, Hannah Wyrick, Kaylee Gose wearing number 21, and Haley Paget, who swats the ball into the backcourt. Well, Gose actually did it to Paget as she's wide open down low, and the defense crashes into her. Three on the way, buried. Hannah Wyrick actually make that hit Lily Griffith, and it's 3-0. So the Rams at 7-17, 6-12 AAC. Milligan at 11-13, coming from nearby Johnson City, and 9-9 in the AAC. Morgan Wiley getting the start. Yana Crockett on the floor, as well as Sierra Cook and Kendall Cloninger. Joined by Haley Turman. Cloninger misses off the back iron. Only 45 seconds have been elapsed so far. Haley Paget. Swing it up top. Gose. Kick out on the way. Rolls down the baseline, and Bailey Berry bounces it back out. 10 to shoot. Turnaround. Can't hit the 16-footer, and a rebound pulled down by the senior from Dallas, North Carolina. Well, Sierra Cook runs the point for Bluefield College. She was in double figures the last time the Rams were here against Tennessee Wesleyan. Notably, Kiana Campbell not in the lineup to start for Bluefield today. Cook backs in, hooks with the right hand, nothing but net, and it's good for Sierra Cook. Probably having a big crowd on hand tonight. We got a men's game right after this as they try to improve. They had a tough game a few nights ago against Tennessee Wesleyan. Baseline three, connected again by Hannah Wyrick. Couple of threes for the Buffaloes already, 6-2. Clock is rolled down to 8:10 in this game. Sierra Cook spots up a three. Bounces hard off the back of the rim. Running up the floor, here's Wyrick, who just made the three. Down low, bounce it out in the corner. Too hard. Offensive rebound falls, though, as Lily Griffith bounces outside of the perimeter. Paget pivots for space. Misses from the elbow. Cloninger bounces the ball home. 7:30 remaining first quarter. Bluefield down by a couple of scores here as we welcome you into the Rams Digital Sports Network, home of all Bluefield College Rams sports. Sierra Cook finds Haley Turman, scoots out of a double team. Patient ball movement, but Cloninger missed from 8 feet. On the front court, Gose, the dangerous pass to Berry. Another three from Wyrick, too hard. And Paget stepped on the baseline in an effort to swing the ball in. So Bluefield gets it back, still no Campbell for the Rams. 5-point win against Milligan the last time Bluefield College played them. You can call this a rivalry. These two teams not that far away from each other and seem to always play each other very close. Turman at the elbow. Cook tried her luck inside and walked. Momentum carried that foot to drag it on the floor just a tad bit, and it's good enough for a walk. Clock is down to 6:37. Now we'll see Hannah Wyrick, sophomore from Coburn, Virginia. Now Curtis in the face of Gose, who bounces out. Oh, that inside-out ball movement. The Rams haven't adjusted quite yet. Second three of the ball game for Wyrick already, and the Rams are down by 7. Crockett. One-on-one for Turman. Backs in on Pageant. Scoops and scores. So a 5-point game for Bluefield College. Lyric was open, hesitated on the three. Oh, Milligan, coached by Rich Aubrey. Looks like they have been working around the perimeter. Another three, too short. Loose ball, Curtis to the floor. Flings it to Sierra Cook. Euro step, floater, good athletic move for the point guard. Back to a one-possession game, 5:20 remains before we end this first quarter. Too hard on a three, Curtis with a great board. Cook backs up and swings up top to Crockett. Whitfield native spins to the right, and she walked. Same case again. What we saw with Sierra Cook, where she dragged her foot. Crockett went in too hard and stumbled a bit. Ty Crockett in. Sierra Cook goes to the bench for the first time. Corey Mullen's looking on in his 6th season. Paget with Curtis in her face. It's the bucket to fall anyway. Poked out of bounds, and the ball went off of Crockett last. Now we see a sub for Milligan and Callie Weddle. Mallory Talent also into the game, the guard from Morganton, North Carolina. Rams with Tiana Scott, who dialed in from 3 a few nights ago against Tennessee Wesleyan. That was on Saturday. And into double figures for the Rams. Inside for Ghosts, and one. Count the bucket for the senior from Gate City. So Kaylee Goss to the line for a couple. Kendall Cloninger back into the game, and Anae Simmons playing a little bit more for Bluefield College. We saw her hit a 3 against the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs a few nights ago. Ghosts finishes off the old-fashioned three-point play. To Tiana Scott. A little bit of separation for the three. Swirls it in. So Tiana Scott, seeing the court awareness there, had a little bit of separation, got the three to fall. Another three for Milligan. Mallory Talent, first shot attempt of the game, goes for all 3 points. Now it's up to an 8-point lead with 3:45 left in the first quarter. And that was the reason why the Rams were able to win on Saturday. They got off to such a great start in the first quarter. They shot incredibly well. Sierra Cook fade away off the glass. Goes for the rebound, sprinting across the timeline. Romines also into the game for the first time for Milligan. Working inside, out 10 to shoot. 3 from pro length. Off the mark, but rebounded by Ghosts. Cook forces a tie-up, possession arrow, points for Bluefield. Good decision by Sierra Cook to just reach in at the last second. Lauren Baxter into the game as Wyrick checks out for the first time. .304, down to 3 minutes left to go. Opening quarter, and Anae Simmons, unfortunately for Bluefield, dropped the ball. And a cut down on the turnovers for Bluefield College, always really just a general goal for every basketball team. Kicked out of bounds off of Haley Turman, who was ranging down to get it. Timeout called by Corey Mullins after Bluefield did not get anything off of the turnover. 2:43 left to go in the first. Welcome back, everybody. Milligan leading in this one 17-9 with 2:40 left to go. And right out of the timeout, a 2-point basket for Haley Paget. 10-point lead for the Buffaloes. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first. Rams looking for a sweep against the Buffaloes. Milligan looking for revenge after a loss in November. Sierra Cook from 15 feet away gets the roll off the front of the rim. Rams finally scoring in double digits. 2:15 left to go before the first quarter's over. Turnover, ball goes out of bounds, targeted for Mallory Talent. Stops the clock at 1:59 before the first is over. Shayla Spell into the game for the first time. Had a couple of buckets against Tennessee Wesleyan. See if she can do it here. Backs in, left hand. No good off the window. Three from way downtown. Out of bounds. Off of the forward for Milligan. Rams with the ball back with 1:30 left to go. Scott backing up. Lost the ball. Baxter just fell into her grasp. Wasn't exactly ready for it, and she turns it over. Rams going 3-on-3. Cook at the bucket. No good. Minute left, first quarter still here. Paget walked in the lane. Crockett back into the game for Bluefield College. Sarah Cook flicks it near side. Back to Cook in the wing. 45 seconds remain in this first quarter. May Simmons trying to penetrate, nothing there. Kick out to Crockett. Inside out, working for Bluefield. All of a sudden, the Rams are within 5. Shot clock still on. A 2-second differential, 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Talent recognizing that, taking her time. 10 on the shot clock. Talent to the hoop. No good. So they wouldn't have called it a shooting foul anyway. Shot clock now off. 10.7 remain. Foul is booked on Sierra Cook, her first, team second. Milligan went through the entire first quarter without committing a foul. Paget. Now with 7 seconds. Inside, blocked. Crockett couldn't get the ball. Turnaround from 14. Buried it for Haley Paget at the buzzer. 21-14. That's our score as we head to the second quarter. Bluefield within 7 against an AAC foe in Milligan. Welcome back, everyone. And the Rams Digital Sports Network. We got the second quarter underway. Milligan up by 7. Ghost gets pickpocketed by Kendall Cloninger. Loose ball, slowing it down, Crockett. It's a good way to start out the second quarter of play with the Rams down by 7. Started to figure it out a little bit there at the end. Got to get those offensive rebounds and cut down on the turnovers. Morgan Wiley back into the game. Shayla Spell, one-on-one, too short. Cloninger tries at it, no good. Back for Milligan. Now running the point is Hannah Wyrick. Bailey Berry at the top. Lily Griffith, who has a 3 in this game, feeds Ghosts. Good back in and a layup off of the square. Nine-point lead for Milligan. They've led by as much as 10. Sierra Cook, the lane opened up and she finished it. Back within 7. Clock is ran down to 8:40. First game of our AAC doubleheader against conference foe Milligan. Now inside to Paget. Turnaround again. (25-16), back to a 9-point game. Good outside to Sierra Cook. Shayla Spell pulls up. Gets the bucket to fall after a few bounces. So Shayla Spell back within 7. Ghosts, quick spin. All those flailing everywhere. Good defense by Cloninger and a 3-second violation. Ghost was just parked down there. So a 3-second violation. Rams have it back. It was interesting watching Bluefield versus Kentucky Christian last week. There must have been 4 or 5 3-second violations called on Kentucky Christian. All on the same player. And unfortunately for the Rams, the Knights ended up winning anyway. Morgan Wiley, just a bit too short, but Crockett was right there on the rebound. Sierra Cook kicks out to Crockett. Tries her luck inside, and she'll go to the line. Bends the knees, the Whitfield native, misses the first. Keeps this a 7-point game. By the way, that's the first foul called on Milligan and the first on Lily Griffith. Did not foul in that entire first quarter. That's 10 minutes without a foul. It's 1 of 2. 6-point game. Drives in, two-handed layup, no good. Paget finds herself with a ball, tangled with Haley Turman, and a foul called on Turman. I think that's a bit unfortunate for Turman, just trying to get the ball, and was in the wrong place to be tangled up with Paget. Now I guess the whole minute on the one scoreboard is broken on the left side. The 7 is gone, so we're just gonna have to make sure here. By the way, that's the first foul on Haley Turman. Air ball from 15 feet. So Lily Griffith misses the shot. Sierra Cook finding Curtis in the right wing. Sierra Cook for 3. Good! 25-22. Oh no! They called it a 2-point basket. Oh, that's got to be close. The outside 3 is just for the men. She was definitely behind the blue line. Rebounded by Curtis. Here comes Sierra Cook. Wide open to Curtis, lays it up and in. And now it's a 2-point game. Niala Curtis wide open down low, and Sierra Cook found her. Curtis put a hand in there, turnover. Crockett outlets Cook, feeds Curtis, tie game. Timeout called by Milligan. Rams have rallied with now 5:50 left to go in the first half. Welcome back, 25-25, 5:45 left to go in the first half. Bluefield has rallied back. Curtis with a couple of good buckets off of dimes from Sierra Cook. Ghosts backing in on Curtis, who's been the game changer on defense for Bluefield. Oh, but she couldn't adjust over for a second. Haley Turman, after she was left wide open, Wyrick could not hit the layup. Curtis from a long 2 range, missed it. Crockett got the offensive board. Corey Mullins encouraging his team to slow down a bit. 8 to shoot. Curtis, 1-on-1, gets fouled. She'll go to the line. Curtis to give Bluefield the lead, and just rolls off to the right. Second chance to give Bluefield a 26-25 lead. And the Maryland native does it. What a run for Bluefield College as they lead 26-25. Diana Scott into the game. Morgan Wiley gets a break. Paget lost the ball. Turnovers racking up for the Buffaloes. Cook shimmy shake inside, floats and rolls it in, tickling the twine from 4 feet away. Four and a half minutes before halftime. Telegraphed by Crockett, and a recovery from Griffith. She gets fouled on a reach in. So foul on Scott. Second on Bluefield. Kendall Cloninger back into the ball game. And they gave them a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Don't believe that is correct. So now there's a bit of a conference to see who remembered how much time is on the shot clock. Now it goes down to 15. First one of the game. .421 left to go. They push it up to 20 on the shot clock now. Kayla Romine's into the game for Milligan. And they decide there should only be 20 on the shot clock. Bounce in for Paget, and after all of that, bounce the ball right out of bounds. Sierra Cook gently taking the ball up for Bluefield College. Led the rally back for the Rams to being down by 10 in the first quarter. Crockett kick out to Cloninger. Gets absolutely swatted by Paget. Rams recover. 10 to shoot. Sierra Cook down the left block. Turman from the free throw line. Just a bit too short with 3:50 remaining in the second quarter. Tipped out of bounds. Tiana Scott. Officials say it was off of her, but Corey Mullins is trying to sell the fact that that ball went off of a Milligan player after she popped the ball back in. Might have a case for it, actually. Hannah Rogers into the game for Milligan. .340 to play. Good spin move. Griffith misses the bunny, and a foul booked on Milligan. It's on Hannah Rogers right after she comes in, gets booked with a foul. That's a third on Milligan. Hannah Wyrick back in for Milligan. Rams with a 3-point lead at the moment. Sierra Cook, step back two. Dialed in again. Reminiscent of what we saw against Tennessee Wesleyan, where Sierra Cook has led the way for Bluefield College. Back down, loose at the free throw line. Here comes Crockett. Kendall Cloninger's open, lays it up with two hands and scores. Largest lead of the game for the Rams at 7. Rogers, entry lob. Telegraphed by Cloninger, swatted up that fade route. Milligan recovers. Wyrick, back to Paget. Just nicks it off of the window, good enough for 2. .210 left to play, first half. Tiana Scott to Crockett. Bounce in, Turman puts it on the deck and misses the 2. Minute 55 to play. Rogers down low. Paget turns around, misses the shot. Cloninger tips it over to Turman. 32-27, a minute 35 left. Great feed from Cook to Ty Scott. Can't hit the shot though. That's the type of ball movement that could be detrimental for Milligan if the Rams are able to execute on that. Minute 20 before the first half is over. Bluefield holding on to a 5-point lead. Round the arc, 10 to shoot. Back up top. Talon misses, and it bounces straight to Crockett. 1 minute remaining, and the Rams rush the ball. Fresh legs for both teams. Callie Weddle as well as Gose in. Morgan Wiley gives Sierra Cook a break. One minute remaining in the first half. Gose on Turman. Has to pivot for space. Here comes a three swirling in. Callie Weddle back within 2 for Milligan. Shot clock still on. 36 seconds left to go. Oh, 10 seconds in between the two. Quick feed to Turman. Bounces with a right hand and just misses with a right hand. 19 seconds to play in the first. Shot clock is off. Milligan with a chance to tie or take the lead going into half after the Rams had a 7-point lead at 32-25. And a reach-in foul called on Cloninger. Rams do have fouls to give. 4 seconds left to go. 9 seconds left to go. Down to 8 seconds. Inside at 6, and the jumper is good for Lily Griffith. Ties it up, and the Rams don't attempt a shot. 7-0 run to end the first half. Milligan ties it up at 32-32. Almost ready to start the second half here in Bluefield, Virginia. Rams and Milligan Buffaloes all tied up at 32 apiece. Leading the way for Bluefield College in that first half, Sierra Cook, 7 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from beyond the arc. But 14 points for Bluefield College, right behind her at 5. Nyala Curtis, who led the way on that streak for Bluefield College, has 5 of them. Sierra Cook with 14 out of the 32. Rams shot 14 of 29 for a total of 48%. From 3, 2 of 6, so that's 33%. And for free throws, they were 50%. On the other end for Milligan, in double figures, Haley Paget had 10 points. She was 5 of 7 from the field, contributing to the 42% that Milligan shot in that first half. They were 39% from 3 in the first half, and they only shot 1 free throw. They were 1 of 1 for a total of 32 points. Milligan had 15 rebounds, Rams with 13. If you look at the turnovers, Milligan with 9 and Bluefield College with 6. Largest lead of the game for Milligan was at 10 points. Rams led by as much as 7, but Milligan closed out on a 7-0 run. Rams trailed by 7 to end that first quarter. Bluefield College stormed back with 18 points in the second. Milligan only scored 11 in the final 10 minutes, but 7 of those coming there at the end. Almost ready to start. Take a quick break, and the third quarter is coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Now ready to begin the third quarter. Bluefield and Milligan all tied up at 32-32. Morgan Wiley passes the ball into Sierra Cook, who had the team leading 14 points in that first half. Rams trying to get a sweet victory against Milligan and find another win in the AAC that has really eluded them so far in the calendar year of 2020. Anna Cloninger hands off for Crockett. Oh, the play almost executed to perfection. Crockett had a good look. And in the front court, it's Ghosts. Berry. Now 10 to shoot. Bailey Berry inside to Paget. And a hook around foul called on Morgan Wiley to stop the clock at 9:20. It'll give a fresh 20 to Milligan as well. They're giving him 30. That's not correct. We have to get it to 20 because it went down to 9 and there was a foul. You have to give it a 20 rather than 30. It's like rocket science. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Bounce in, nobody's there. Picked up in the backcourt. You can do that off of an inbounds pass. Lily Griffith, the top of the key, passes for Ghosts. 9 on the clock now. Ghost pulls up. Misses it as it nicks off the left end of the rim. Crockett wrestles out for the rebound. Sierra Cook passes to Cloninger. Sierra Cook outside to Kendall Cloninger. Sierra Cook with 2 to shoot. fires at the buzzer, hits the rim. It won't be a shot clock violation, and Haley Turman puts it up and in. (34-32). Rams have the lead back. Down inside, turn around. They won't call the shot. It's a continuation that will not be called. Foul booked on Kendall Cloninger, second one on Bluefield. Ten to shoot. Stepped out of bounds. On the drive, Lily Griffith hit a piece of the baseline. Sarah Cook to Morgan Wiley. Slight screen from Turman. No separation off of it, though, so Bluefield re-gauges to Sarah Cook. With 11 to shoot, Crockett misses the layup. Had great penetration there. Ghost from the left block. Spins, blocked by Cloninger. That's really a hidden part of her game. She can rack up a few blocks. Sarah Cook slowing it down for Bluefield once more. 7-10, third quarter. Cook back on the deck from the free throw line, misses back iron. Foul called on Sierra Cook. Pass to Ghost. Cuts to the left. Back to Bailey Berry. Driving in and one. Counted with a foul to tie it up with 7 on the shot clock. So Lily Griffith tries to give Milligan the lead right here. Welcome into the broadcast, National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Milligan and Bluefield in a showdown right now, 35-34. Wiley fires to Crockett. 6.5 minutes left to go. Curtis with a great bounce inside, and Haley Turman gets the roll to fall. 36-35. Goes, steps in, and gets fouled. I think there was a conscious decision to maybe call more fouls because in the first quarter, Milligan did not commit 1. Bluefield's already booked 5 in the third quarter. We are 4 minutes and 52 seconds in. And mind you, in that first quarter, the Rams also only committed 2 fouls. Free throw pops in and out. So the best she can do here at the line is tie it. And she does. Six minutes, 5 seconds in the third. Crockett with a stagger step. Sarah Cook misses the layup. Carried up the floor. Here's a 3 from Wyrick. Bricks it off the window. Curtis in a tussle, and a jump ball gives it back to Milligan. So now Ty Scott returns for Bluefield. Spins it out to Ghost. Inside, Sierra Cook got a paw on it, and it goes over the baseline, out of play. Rogers bounces down and off of the knees of Ghosts. So Bluefield with another turnover in their grasp. Can they score off of it? Ayana down to Turman. Finds Curtis, gets blocked. Another tie up, Bluefield College ball. Now ready to inbound. 5:07 left in the third quarter. Scott gathers at the right wing. Matched up with talent. Crockett for three. Misses, follows her shot, and soccer balls it over the baseline. Bringing in substitutes for Milligan. Now we'll see Kayla Romines for Milligan. Curtis got a hand on it. Another foul. So the Rams have 6 fouls in the third quarter. Milligan has none. Shayla Spell also in. First free throw. Buried home to give Milligan their first lead, make it their second lead of the second half. Both of them fall for Ghosts. Haley Padgett, the starter and the points leader, back in for the Buffaloes, wearing black and number 43. With 4.5 minutes left to go. Sierra Cook, top of the key, in and out. Here comes Wyrick. Way downtown, and a brick. Here comes Crockett down the floor. Out to Sierra Cook. Loops it to Spell. Turnaround jumper. Front rim, no good. So now Talent pulls the ball down the floor with 3:45 left to play in the third quarter. Callie Weddle. Weddle inside, intercepted and stolen by Cloninger. Sierra Cook at the rim and foul. So that's the first foul on Milligan. Callie Weddle sends Sierra Cook to the line. A couple of free throws to give the Rams a chance to tie it up. Cook's first free throw, nothing but net. The front of the rim, no good. So it's a 1-point game with 5.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Still very tight between Bluefield and Milligan. Rivalry matchup. Milligan kind of even the series this year. Rams looking for the rare sweep against the Buffaloes. Whistle blows, and a 3-second violation on Paget. Morgan Wiley into the game. Cloninger with a hand in her face, misses a three, and that's a foul called on Milligan. That ball went off of Crockett, but right behind her, the Buffaloes guard and Kayla Romines had her pushed out of bounds. So after the inbound play, Tiana Scott at the logo, down by 1. 2:45 on the clock. 9 to shoot. Scott bounces wide. Spell recollects. 4 to shoot. Crockett finds Cloninger. They have to shoot it at the buzzer. They get it off, and I don't think she hit rim. That should have been a shot clock violation. Either way, Milligan comes away with it. Talent fouled. She'll go to the line for a couple. 7 fouls on Bluefield. Kind of see how many fouls are committed in that third quarter, because Rams very well could be in foul trouble as they go to the fourth quarter. Tiana Scott, that's her second. And you're already without Kiana Campbell, so you're not as deep. You don't have as many bodies to commit fouls. Milligan doing all this with just 2 fouls on the board in the third quarter. Not really a lucrative quarter throughout the first 7.5 minutes. Milligan has only scored 6, Rams with 5. It was tied 32-32 at half. They get 7 points for Milligan, 39-37. Morgan Wiley whips it inside to Crockett. Bounces. Great athleticism, showing the physicality to tie it back up. 39-39. 2 minutes left to go, third quarter. Here's Paget, hooks with a right hand and misses. Cloninger nearly shoved out. Minute 50 left before the third quarter's over. Cloninger. Morgan Wiley inside to Shayla Spell, spins to the right and takes the lead for Bluefield. Now with 1:25 left in the third quarter, the Rams have the lead back. Paget trying to tie it up with a hook shot, and she does. All kinds of offense in the last 45 seconds or so. Did not see it that much in the first 8 minutes. Down to a minute left in the third quarter. Spell again, backs, and gets fouled. Paget booked with another. Third foul on Milligan, 55.7 seconds left. Goes into the game for Milligan. Take the lead on the free throw, tickles the twine. 42-41. Second free throw. Idaho native misses that one. Ghost pulls down the rebound. 53 seconds remain. Third quarter. Ghost goes inside. Wants to take it herself and gets the N1 and the lead back for the Buffaloes. That's a third foul on Kendall Cloninger. We have 10 minutes left in this game. 45.9 seconds left in the third quarter. And one is completed, 44-42. Sierra Cook or Crockett. Kendall Cloninger, packed by Ghost, recovers. So loose pass out. Morgan Wiley got it back. Recollects the ball for Sierra Cook, pulls up and misses. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Milligan trying to go into the final period, potentially with a 2-score lead. Now down to 7 seconds. Layup is off. Rebounded by Paget. Turn around, gets the bucket off of the window, and that is it for the first 3 quarters of play. 46-42. We head to the fourth quarter with the Rams down by 4. Final 10 minutes of play ready to ensue here in the first game of our doubleheader. Pass down inside, and it stays with Milligan as they lead 46-42. Here's what's at stake. Rams are trying to find their 7th win in the conference this year. Milligan, with the win, would go to 10-9 in the AAC and 12-13 overall. Trying to avenge an earlier loss back on November 6th against Bluefield. That was so long ago. Pump fake, Paget turning it on for Milligan. 6-point lead for the Milligan Buffaloes. So here's Sierra Cook. Slowed down a little bit in the third quarter. Still has the potential to turn it back on. Crockett misses the bunny from 15 feet away, and Ghost corrals the loose ball. Here's a 3. That's not what the Rams needed at all. 9-point lead for Milligan. The run continues for the Buffaloes. Sierra Cook from 5. Pops out. Offensive rebound, Haley Turman. Cloninger. Couldn't get the tray to fall. Rebounded by Paget. Milligan led by double digits back in the first quarter. Rams can't have that happen as we tick out our final moments in the fourth. 8.5 minutes to play. Paget wide open. Tried to use the glass but failed. Rebound Cloninger. Cook, coast to coast, missed the layup. Inside, Ghosts. Didn't like her prospects there. Here's Bailey Berry. Air ball. Actually hit a bit of the rim, otherwise the ball would have flew out of bounds. 7:58 left to play. Bluefield trailing by 9 at the Dome. Almost stolen by Ghost. Bit of a lazy pass there for Sierra Cook. I think she realizes that, trying to do better on this next try. Timeout call by Corey Mullins. 7:49 left to go in the game, down by 9. Welcome back, everyone. Rams are down by 9. Quick timeout from Corey Mullins to kind of refresh the offensive effort here. 7:40 left to go. Wiley thought about it. Gave it off to Sierra Cook. 5 of the shot clock. Here's Curtis from the baseline. Rattles it in. Well, Niala Curtis could be the secret weapon for Bluefield College. He really can because of that big run they had at the middle of the second quarter. It was mostly Curtis. Going to be hard to execute runs when Bailey Berry's hitting threes. 10-point lead for the Milligan College Buffaloes. Crockett draws a foul and gets the bucket with it. Rams can get back within 7 if she makes a free throw here. The junior from Whitville in a big moment. Gianna Crockett at the line. It's a 7-point game with a perfect free throw. 7 minutes left to go. Talent backs up, 10 on the shot clock. Spins, Corey Mullins wanted to walk, he had a case for it. Instead it's missed off of the window. Bluefield trying to climb back within this 7-point deficit. Crockett down the lane. Oh, just nicked it off the front of the rim. It was wide open, the Red Sea parted for her. Outs inside to Ghost. There's another one that could have been called a walk. Kind of given the old NBA step there. So Ghost at the line can make it a 9-point game. .6:18 left to play. Shoots with a right hand and scores. Back iron, rebound Crockett. Flings the ball up to Sierra Cook for Bluefield. 6:10 left to go. Can the Rams facilitate a few easy buckets here? 6 minutes left to go. Crockett draws a foul. Second one on Milligan. Going to be going on Mallory Talent, the junior from Morganton, North Carolina. Kendall Cloninger back into the game. She has 3 fouls on Talent. That's her first. Crockett inside, gets hacked. Corey Mullins likes that. Encouraging play for Bluefield as Crockett shows off the lack of fear she has to go inside. Oh, this team has all the time in the world, and they really do. At 6:50, only down by 8, not insurmountable. This is the front end of the 2. And Crockett makes it a 6-point game. a 7-point game. Paget with Turman on her. Tries her chance with a right hand, no good. Cloninger shuffles in to get the rebound for Bluefield. 5.5 minutes left to go. Crockett again lays it up and can't get it to roll. Turman forces a tie-up. Bluefield College keeps the ball. Sierra Cook into the corner. Cook from the free throw line. Nothing but net. Five-point game, 5 minutes left to go. Staggering step for Berry. Down the line and foul. So it's on Tiana Scott, third foul of the game on her. Make that a couple of Rams with 3 fouls. So Bailey Berry, the junior, hits the first free throw. Makes it a 6-point game. Second one goes as well. 7-point lead for the Buffaloes. Remember, this is game 1 of our basketball doubleheader. We got the men's game for you right after this. Haley Turman. Four and a half minutes to go. Crockett lost the ball, gets it back. Cloninger for the triple. Not the best roll for Bluefield College. Some of those are going to have to start falling in the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Offensive foul. Goes on Callie Weddle. So Kendall Cloninger feeds the ball into Sierra Cook. Cook, the left side of the hoop, finds Scott. It's a bit too short. Rebound by Milligan. Kayla Romines into the front court with 3:45 to play. Every bucket so big right now for Milligan and so big for Bluefield to get a defensive stance here. 10 to shoot for the Buffaloes. Timeout call by Rich Aubrey. Corey Mullins wanted a walk, and that stops the clock at 3:27. When Milligan comes back, they will have 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pass it in for Ghost. 5 on the shot clock. Ghost has to make a move to the rim. No foul. Cloninger gets the defensive rebound. That's a big one for Bluefield. 3:15 left to play. Rams need a basket on this possession. Got the defensive stance. Can they get the offensive production to match it? 14 to shoot. Crockett with the ball. Another drive, spin. Now she'll go to the line. Big trip for Tiana Crockett here. Bends the knees and makes it a 6-point game, 57-51. Back iron, bounces out, so it stays a 6-point game. 2:58 left to play, 2 possessions separating the Buffaloes and the Rams. Comes Wyrick. Step back 3. Too hard at first, bouncing around a couple of times, and that is a big, big basket for the Milligan College Buffaloes. Gives them a 9-point lead. Donna Scott. Rams need a 3 of their own, or at least some sort of basket. Crockett backing in. Long shot for Turman. Timeout called by Corey Mullins. They only counted as a 2. It's 60-53. Into the front court for Milligan. 2:15 left to play. Rams are down by 7. Rams need a stop here. Keep it at a 7-point game with the time running out. Paget under the basket. Oh, it popped out, and Bluefield needed that ball to pop out. Stops the clock at 2:01. Foul on Haley Turman. Just the 3rd foul on Bluefield, so Milligan is not in the bonus. What does help the Rams, Buffaloes have 5 fouls, so Bluefield College is in the bonus at the moment. That's the 2nd foul on Haley Turman. And Paget, fortunately for Bluefield College, hits that first free throw to make it an 8-point game. Big trip to the line for the Buffaloes, 62-53, 2 minutes left. Crockett drives inside. Oh, cannot get the and one, just popped out. That's how Bluefield has racked up so many fouls. Crockett on every drive just gets beat up. 2nd foul on Paget. Minute 49 left to go. Eight-point game after the first free throw goes. Both of them fall for Crockett. Back to a 7-point contest. Full court press off of the make and kicked. Nice Sierra Cook. Wyrick up the floor. Haley Turman went out of bounds. Almost had the steal for Bluefield. 62-55. Minute 40 left to go. Sierra Cook steals the inbound play. Finds Cloninger. Layup is good. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game with 1:30 left to play. Officials blow the whistle and needs the shot clock to reset. 1:29 left to go. And the officials have had it with our clock crew. Now it begins with 1.5 remaining, a 5-point game. Cook got a piece of it again. And in the front court, Bailey Berry. Rams don't need to foul just yet. They need to stop. 1:12 left to go. Bluefield on defense now with 10 to shoot. Wyrick passes to Paget. 7 on the shot clock. Wyrick goes inside. Shot can't fall. Rebound Turman. 1 minute remaining. Ty Scott dribbles into traffic. Fortunately for Bluefield, she's fouled and will go to the line for a pair. So Paget with the foul. That's her third. Rams are in the double bonus with 56.4 seconds left to go. Five-point game to make it 4 here with a free throw. Barely hits the rim. Has a chance still. 4 is better than a 5-point deficit. Rams have a couple of rebounders down low and Haley Turman. Gets the second to fall. 4-point game. Timeout Corey Mullins. 62-58 with 56.4 seconds to go. Check that. Milligan called the timeout either way. We're taking a break here. Welcome back. 56.4 seconds left to go. And A. Simmons, it's a foul. Bluefield had 1 to give, and I believe they're going to try to send them to the line here with 54.9 seconds left to go. Kendall Cloninger, Haley Turman, Sierra Cook all back on the floor. And A. Simmons, Morgan Wiley, and Shayla Spell go to the bench. So the timeout for Milligan was able to advance the ball up, something that's unique to the collegiate women's game. Kendall Cloninger not going to foul. Kendall Cloninger wants some command here, did not foul. 43 seconds left to go. 4-point lead. Pass outside. Berry was fooled, flung up a shot, and gets fouled. Oh, my goodness. The student section had fooled Berry, thought that she only had 2 seconds to shoot, and flung up a prayer, but unfortunately for the Rams, Paget fouled by Haley Turman down low. So Paget has been good at the line, shoots her first of 2, and gets it to fall. 63-58. 34.9. Yes, 34.9 to go. 6-point game after she hits both. 64-58. Sierra Cook has to hurry. Goes down the lane. Euro step. Can't get the layup to fall. quick foul, and that might be it for Bluefield, unfortunately, with 27.2. A little early to tell, but if these free throws go for Ghosts, might be over. That's a huge swing there on the foul for Haley Turman. 27.2 seconds left. Now it's a 7-point game. Eight-point lead, timeout called by Corey Mullins. 66-58, 27.2 to go. Welcome back, everyone. 66-58 the score. Rams need a quick bucket with under 30 seconds to go. Crockett gets that quick bucket to make it a 6-point game. 66-60, and the Rams pressure on the inbounds and force Milligan to go to the line. It'll be Hannah Wyrick's turn with 20.6 seconds left to go. Goes on Sierra Cook. Wyrick hits the first free throw. Back to a 7-point game and effectively pushes it to 3 possessions. Make it an 8-point game. 20.6 to go. Sierra Cook up the floor with 17. Shoots, misses. Rams commit another foul, and that will be the ball game. Paget to the line for a couple in an 8-point game. Haley Turman is now fouled out. So for Milligan College, they will get their revenge tonight. 12 and 13 on the year, 10 and 9 in the AAC. Just a couple of months for Bluefield College in January and February. First free throw falls to make it 69-60. Rams are now 6 and 13 in the AAC. And a timeout called by Corey Mullins, 70-60. 12.4 to go. Back and ready to go. 12.4 seconds remain. Bluefield down by 10. Crockett spins it out to Sierra Cook. Makes it an 8-point game, 70-62. Rams with no timeouts left. Milligan up the floor. Rams will not foul. And the Buffaloes come into Bluefield After being down by 7 right before the end of the first half, they come back, tie it up, and after the great fourth quarter, they win this one by 8. So Milligan goes to 12-13 on the season, 10-9 AAC. Rams fall to 7-18, 6-13 in the conference. We'll step aside for about half an hour to start our men's game right here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. But for now, reminding you the final score of the women's game, 70-62, Milligan wins.